How's it going, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's Riley here. And yes, today I am bringing you guys another brand new video here on my channel. Now, yes, it is going to be a video that I have done in the past. If you guys are regular viewers, you know of the series NBA Hot Takes. Basically, what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be taking questions from the Instagram page called NBA Confession. Again, I put it in the description of every single video. You guys should check it out. It is a great Instagram page to follow. But the rules of this video are very simple. I'm going to be grabbing a handful of posts from NBA Confession on Instagram. I'm going to be reading them to you guys, and I'm going to be giving my opinions of what I think of these scenarios. So yeah, very self-explanatory for a video. But once again, before I start the video, if you guys are new viewers or you are returning viewers that have not done so yet, please go down below and subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a ton, guys, and it's a win-win for both of us. It's easy, free. It just gives you guys a much easier and faster way to see my videos. Also, while you're at it, make sure to turn on push notifications right next to that subscribe button. But without further ado, let's jump straight into NBA Hot Takes. All right, the first one we are doing here today is the Lakers shouldn't give up all their young talent for Anthony Davis. Now, if you guys have not been keeping up with that over the past week, it has gone absolutely insane regarding the trade talks between the Lakers and the Pelicans. If you have not seen pretty much every offer that the Lakers give up and shoot towards the Pelicans' way, they basically come back at them with an even more ridiculous asking price. It started off with the Lakers just giving the Pelicans a different list of I think about 5 trades that they could choose from, and they decided to see if they would like any one that they were offered at first. But of course, the Pelicans are toying with the Lakers, and they sent back that they were not interested in any of them. And of course, Magic Johnson went back to the drawing board. The actual final offer that the Pelicans did deny from the Lakers was the Lakers offered Lonzo Ball, Kyle Kuzma, Brandon Ingram, KCP, Josh Hart, Zubac, and 2 first-round picks for Anthony Davis, but the Pelicans declined. I'm pretty sure they counter-offered with wanting 2 more first-round picks as well as 2 second-round picks. Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, regarding this question at first, I would have given up the young talent at first for Anthony Davis, but after seeing what the Pelicans want and how they keep pushing the Lakers to put more and more on this trade, there's honestly no way that I would do it if I was in Magic's shoes. Like, to think about giving up that many players on your roster, including that many future first-round picks, at that point, it is not worth it anymore. There is no way it is worth it to try and trade that whole package for Anthony Davis. Now, like I said, I would have said yes before, granted, if it was maybe just Lonzo, Kuzma, Zubac, and a first-round pick or 2 first-round picks. Maybe, yes, I would say that you could give up that piece of your young core and those 2 first-round picks for Anthony Davis for a year and a half. But like the final offer, I said, no, there is no way that I would give up that many players on my roster, including the young core, for Anthony Davis. That's just how I feel. I don't know how you guys think about this, but in my hand, it got completely out of hand once the Pelicans kept pushing them that far with these trade offers. So yeah, final answer with what it's got to now, there's no way I would do it. All right, the next one we have here for today is Ben Simmons is underappreciated due to social media's emphasis on his inability to shoot threes. Now, for this one, I don't really want to say that Ben Simmons is underappreciated because, I mean, trust me, unless I'm just blind watching the NBA and social media and everything, a lot of people do give him praise for how good he is and how much he's accomplished in the NBA and how much he's proven himself in this short amount of time. Like, I know the guy can't shoot threes, and that is what the NBA has turned into today, and obviously with everyone shooting the ridiculous amount of threes that they are this season so far, and it's only going up from here. I don't underappreciate him, that is for sure. I mean, I definitely see what he is doing as a big point guard the way he is. He is transforming the game, and he is pulling the Sixers. He's a big piece of that Sixers team that is on the rise in the near future. So I really wouldn't say that he is underappreciated as the point guard of the 76ers, but I would say that he's definitely given a lot more baggage for not being able to shoot the 3 than what he probably should be given. But I mean, what are you going to do nowadays? That's how the world is with social media and everything. If you can't do everything right, people are going to give you crap for it. It's inevitable, basically. It's going to happen one way or another. It happens for every player. So yeah, even though he cannot shoot the 3 at all, I still think he is not underappreciated as a player in the NBA or by his fan base. All right, the next one for the video is, instead of paying fines that mean absolutely nothing to players, players should do some sort of community service time. Now, I mean, for this one, after reading it at first, it does seem like kind of a good idea from the first impression. But I mean, when I do think about it, yes, the fines do mean absolutely nothing to these players and what they are making. That's very clear. I still don't think making the players do any community service time would blow over very well. I'm sure there'd be a small outrage by the players. Like, I mean, obviously they're not the busiest people in the world, but yes, they do have busy schedules. They are professional athletes. They are traveling a lot. They are practicing a lot. They are dealing with team manners. They are doing a lot in their lives. And with that, I don't think they'd have all the time in the world to do a community service fine. I mean, granted, yes, it is a fine, but I think no matter what, the NBA would just stick with what they're doing. They would just give the players their fines. They would have to pay them, and they will move on from there. I don't see that changing anytime soon. I mean, I know it wasn't an actually idea that has been addressed to the NBA, but I am saying if it were to be addressed, I don't think that it would go into the NBA at all. And I don't like the idea. I mean, yes, granted, it would be nice to see them do some stuff for the public, but like I said, I would just stick with the same situation they are in. You just give them the fine and they get on with their lives. They pay the actual fine that any other regular person would be. That's just how it is. All right, the next one for today's video. Clay's 37 and a quarter, where he shot 100% from field goal range. I did not know he actually shot 100%. That's actually ridiculous. Is the greatest shooting display of all time. You know, honestly, like, just looking back at that when he scored 37 in the third quarter of that game in Oracle, I'm just gonna straight up say it. Yes, it was the greatest shooting performance of all time. Whether it's a game, whether it's a quarter, whether it's a half, it's the greatest shooting performance of all time. And unless someone like Klay Thompson or Steph Curry ever comes around again in the NBA, it will stand as the greatest performance of all time. I'm 100% positive on that. Greatest shooting performance, I should say. Greatest shooting performance, obviously. Like, granted, I wouldn't even be surprised if Klay or Curry broke that within, like, the next year or two while they're still in their prime. I mean, honest to God, when this guy went off for 37 and a quarter, I can't even remember how many of those were threes. It was probably maybe like 9 or 8 of them were threes in that quarter. Like, it was just absurd. Like, no matter what, I don't think any shooting performance will pass this unless someone goes like maybe like 15 for 15 for the entire game from threes, because Klay's record's 14 threes. He just broke that record this year, if you guys didn't know. So I would have to say, unless someone goes like 15 for 15 from three in one game, 15 for like 18, 16 for 20, if someone does that, that's not Klay Thompson, yes, it will be the greatest shooting performance in NBA history. But for now, Klay has that, and he will stick with it for a long time. I'm guaranteeing that. Again, unless Curry breaks it. That's like the only exception that I will make to that statement. All right, the last one I'm going to be putting out for this video today is Doncic's lack of athleticism, and considering his experience of playing for overseas already, will result to a plateau in productivity for years to come. Now, I'm sorry if you don't agree with me on this, but I think that is very stupid statement. If Doncic plateaus, if he even plateaus at what he's putting up right now, if he stays at this consistent rate and is putting up these numbers for years to come, what he's doing as a rookie, that will still be considered above average. And personally, I don't think that playing overseas is going to result in a plateau in his game. He's already proving in the NBA as a rookie. He's been in the league for a handful of months that he can be a star. And with such a young age, I'm pretty sure he's only 19 or 20 years old right now. Like, the sky is literally the limit for this kid. So I honestly could not disagree more with that statement. I think Doncic is going to be one of the better players on the rise in the NBA for years to come. Now, as I say that, I really hope I'm right and I'm not jinxing him on this, but yes, I really do believe that Doncic will be a top player in the NBA if he keeps it up, puts the work in every offseason, and proves to everyone that he is a star and he is a player to stay in the NBA. Like, I do remember when he was playing overseas, everyone was like, oh, he's playing overseas and he's putting up these insane numbers. Like, it's overseas basketball. You can't compare that to the NBA. I know you can't compare it to the NBA, but still, you need to think about it. This kid won EuroLeague MVP and EuroLeague Finals MVP as a 19-year-old. Like, you take the EuroLeague for what it is. I know it's not the NBA, but that is still ridiculous. People underappreciate what that actually means when you're doing that as a teenager. Like, the kid's a star right now as a rookie, and he's going to continue to put up these numbers and be the player he is, especially with playing with Porzingis for years to come. Hopefully for multiple years to come. So yeah, I think that's going to mark the end of the video today here for NBA Hot Takes. I really hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you did, please make sure to go down below and slap a like on it. Again, it means the world to me when I see you guys support me on my videos and on my content. It truly means the world. Also, don't forget to comment down below your debates and feedback on what I gave for these scenarios. But yeah, I think that's all I have to say. Once again, I thank you guys for watching. I hope y'all stick around, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace!